And welcome to this latest edition of Pompey Talk. My name is Mark McMahon, and joining me today to discuss Pompey's 6-1 defeat at the hands of QPR on Saturday is the News' Neil Allen. Neil, there's been so much said already after that 6-1 at Loftus Road, but there's still a lot of people searching for the answers to it.
Wow, answers to that.
We'll be here all day, I suppose.
It was a shocker, absolute shocker. You, it was. I was shell shocked at half time. Actually, really shell shocked at half time because, and then I did my half time verdict as well, and I reflected on this that it's not often you hear the away fans. You don't ever hear the away fans have a go at the team, ever. Different sort of fan base go to away matches, spend a lot of money, don't they, up and down the country. Probably had some dreadful away days last season as well, didn't they? Won three games away from home last year, didn't they? Some dreadful away games. And it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at Stoke. 6-1, fans applauded the team off the pitch. John Mousinho spoke afterwards. We're talking about October 2024 here. Mousinho spoke afterwards, saying thank you to the fans for that. It meant a lot, apologies, that sort of thing. And yesterday it got nasty. Saturday it got nasty. It got ugly. Fans booing, chanting, for it to wear the shirt after 2-0 down. And it was understandable because it was just horrific start to the game. And it's just remained a dreadful performance throughout. Patience snapped, and completely understand that because the alarm bell. It's like we knew there was an issue with Pompey in an attacking sense. So we knew goal scoring's been an issue. We knew that in January, and that wasn't addressed in January. We know that, and I've banged on about that one enough. But suddenly, other leaks popped up. So we know Ali's been awful for a while. That we reminded there. Suddenly the defence looked really leaky as well, didn't it? Smid has been off it for a while. The veteran midfield pairing as well. Ebo Adams in number 10 role. The effectiveness of Jacob Brown. Adrian Segasic on the right-hand wing. It's all there. It's all there. It's no knee-jerk. The fans weren't knee-jerking. They've watched this team enough this season. And suddenly, I described it as a perfect storm because there's something, everything collided at once, and we saw the problems. We saw the problems with the ownership, the problems with the head coach, the problems with the recruitment team. We saw the problems with the players. We saw the problems with loan players. We saw the problems with the quality of the squad. We saw problems on the bench. Luke LaRue, £1 million, can't even get a second off the bench.
Yeah,
he was one of Pompey's big signings last summer. It's everywhere you look, and suddenly in one match, it imploded, and it was a sobering experience.
Yeah. As you mentioned, there was an awful lot of angry fans. Can you remember last time it maybe turned that toxic? I was sort of thinking maybe under Jacket. I remember AFC Wimbledon. But it's such a rarity for fans to be like that, isn't it?
Yeah, Jacket had Wimbledon, didn't he? There was one at Wickham as well. Jacket had. Cook had one at Wickham as well. When he couldn't do press afterwards, he had to do it in the tunnel because the fans were out on the terraces having a go as well. So it's just really, really rare. Northampton was behind closed doors, I think, from memory. I think the hammering in Northampton.
I remember your time video at the time.
Yeah,
the players at the halftime of that day. Yeah.
So yeah, it's really, really rare. And we've seen hammerings over the years, and when Pompey got hammered during administration and they were going down the leagues, fans sort of understood the precarious situation at the football club, and it wasn't all their own doing, and there was financial problems there. But yeah, Saturday was absolutely grim, and completely understand the supporter reaction because it was terrible what they were being served up. And it just highlighted Saturday, Pompey looked like they were getting relegated. Simple as that. And I'll be very surprised that anybody who watched Saturday's game came away thinking, "Don't worry, we can stay up." Very surprised.
Yeah.
There'll be a couple of people. People like to be different, don't they? There'll be a couple of people. But yeah, there's nothing there encourages anyone. This team is staying in the Championship.
Yeah. Staying on the topic of the fans, John Mousinho, along with the players, went to applaud the away end of the final whistle. Were you surprised, though, that he seemed to be at the centre of a lot of the wrath that was being directed towards the players on the pitch?
He made a mistake, didn't he? He made a mistake. Ebo Adams is the number 10. Swift and Pack is a dynamic 65-year-old combined age central midfield. Pack's worked very well with Ebo Adams. Ebo Adams is energy and he gets down the pitch, doesn't he, brilliantly. Swift's best performances for Pompey this season have been as the number 10.
Yeah.
It's his best position. He spoke about this before. And suddenly he goes to QPR. Swift's back in the team. Great. Brilliant. Where is he? Oh, no. A few minutes in, he's playing deep with Marlon Pack. Well, Ebo Adams is a number 10. I just do not get that. I don't understand that. Pompey are overloaded with number 10s. And suddenly Ebo Adams is put up there. And there's been a few of those that recently, obviously, Mousinho switched to wingers, didn't he, in the previous game against Derby. He put Brown in the number 10 role, which didn't work against Swansea. So the manager, the head coach, is rightly going to be criticised as well. He will acknowledge that. So, yeah, he's going to go under fire. The owners will come under fire. Rich Hughes will come under fire. Brad Wall will come under fire. Sorry, chaps. That's what you get if you start struggling, looking like they're going to go back to the League One. That comes with the territory. That's how it is.
Yeah. That tactic to play Adams further forward, though, again, it's just another example of Mousinho scrambling for a solution for offensive play when it then had a detrimental effect on Pompey defensively as well, because Pompey were so exposed. But you can understand Mousinho maybe trying to find solutions whenever things just aren't going right for him at the moment.
There was definitely a lot offensive about that play on Saturday, blimey. It's just desperation to find a winning formula, isn't it? Every manager goes through it, periods where they'll chop and change their team, they'll change their system. It's just trying to find that winning formula, isn't it? Again, Pompey stumbled across it with Matt Ritchie giving a rare start at Hull last season, and of course coinciding with Colby coming back from his heart surgery. So that's what happened last year, and let's try to find it now. But the problem is, and again, I said this on the video after the game. I wrote it in a match report. What's going to happen next? Okay, rejig the team around. What we're going to do? Bring in Connor Chaplin again. Bring in Colby Bishop again. Caballero, put him on the right wing again. Nothing changes.
Yeah.
Gisele's coming back from injury, so that might change. Nothing changes. You're still rotating, mixing around the same players, trying to find a scoring recipe. It's just a vicious circle, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least, the only thing Pompey fans have got to hope for is the international break resurrects them somehow. And the saviours, Andre Giselle and Keshi Anderson, they're coming back from injury. That's it. Keshi Anderson's the only attacking player coming back from injury. Come on. D'Alessandro, Pedro Mendes, come down and save this team, because Pompey needs something from somewhere.
Yeah.
There's no heroes here at the moment. They need somebody. So you're relying on those two. Keshi Anderson was injured 15 days after being at Fratton Park.
Yeah.
2 months later, he's scheduled to come back around the Norwich time. How much pressure is that guy?
Yeah.
Who's going to provide the creativity that we've not seen? Blair struggled. Chaplin struggled. Ali has fallen off a cliff. Caballero's struggled. Segasic on the right struggles. Brown's struggling. Who's going to come in and score these goals? Bishop. Who's going to score these goals? I don't really know.
Yeah.
It's depressing, isn't it?
Pompey must have tricked them to try and sign Cassini Yengi in the January transfer window, though, whenever he was going through his problems at Aberdeen.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's a big thing. But, like,
yeah, Kurt wasn't even in the squad, was he, Saturday? I think Kurt was in the squad. Kurt couldn't get in the squad Saturday.
Yeah. No.
I'm not advocating he should be starting, but he wasn't even in the squad.
Yeah.
What happens now? Does he go to a back three?
Well, that's the thing. Like Mousinho's got so much pressure on him at the minute. Is there even any thought of a change of formation, like a back three, as you say? Like, could that not have made Pompey a wee bit more solid after conceding 3 against QPR on Saturday?
I'm not even thinking about it being solid. You go to a back three, you can have Terry Devlin as a wing back, and perhaps Swanson, because your wingers aren't doing it. So why not use them?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they should go to a back three. I'm concerned it's a bit late in the season start playing at a back three when he's barely ever played it in 3.5 years at Pompey.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's an option. He's got to look at everything, really.
Yeah.
Zell will be good, get Zell back. But what happens with the creativity still?
Yeah. You're very much somebody that doesn't believe in ripping up the formations at this stage in the season, aren't you? It just shows another sign of desperation, really.
Yeah. So he's not played it before, so you're asking players that aren't used to playing a back three, suddenly playing a back three in 8 crucial games. Although I will say that Pompey have got Leicester and Oxford at home. They have to win them. If they don't win those, they've gone. If they can win those, that still does give them a chance. So I'm not saying Pompey relegated now.
Yeah.
They look like a side relegated at the weekend, but they've still got those massive games, Oxford and Leicester, at Fratton Park. Win those. What, they need one maybe win after that? I don't know. They'll need to win another one at least after that, but win those. If you don't win those, if they're draws or a draw and a win, I can't see it happening. I can't see them staying up.
No. You mentioned there about the creativity. Looking at the stats from Saturday's game, Pompey had their XG was better. They had more possession. They had more touches inside the box. They had more shots than QPR. However, yet again, it's a reminder that these types of statistics mean nothing if you can't score and you can't defend.
There were people in the press box keep talking about how Pompey's XG was double QPR's, but I couldn't care less because Pompey were 5-0 at the time.
Yeah.
Pompey losing 5-1 at the time. I can't care. That's because I don't care about XG. You just look at the result and brilliant. Pompey had better XG than in a 6-1 defeat to QPR. How many points does that earn you? It's just
yeah. But those stats, they mean nothing. The dominance, the touches inside the box, they mean nothing if you cannot score.
Well, it just showed that QPR's finishing was excellent, and it was excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, their lads, the 4th goal, when he crashed it in from the angle, was a wonderful finish.
It was a lovely goal, wasn't it? He took it very, very well. Yeah.
You see anyone from Pompey doing that? No. Smith's movement for the 3rd goal. That was lovely movement. That's a good goal as well. I can't see Pompey doing that.
Yeah. But again, that was another thing. That was Pompey's probably best back 4 as well, with Devlin, Will, and Ogilvie. Again, I don't want to harp on about negatives, but that's another thing that worries me. Then if that was our back 4 on Saturday, conceding 6 goals.
You think back 4's fine? They're going to sort out the scoring, and then no one saw that coming. Again, I know I've said this before, but Pompey have struggled to score and create, but they've dominated possession. Previous games looked solid, conceded a late goal from a mistake or whatever. But they looked all right. But then suddenly, it's like the whack-a-moles. All the damn moles are up now, aren't they?
Well, tell me that.
You thought you whacked on the defence and that was fine, but that's popped up now. And the right wing's popped up, and Ali on the left wing's popped up. And the striker's always been there anyway, isn't it? And the number 10's been up and down all season. It's everywhere. The goalkeepers now. Well, that's another issue to look at. The goalkeeper. What was that for the 2nd goal? They're just everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like a sieve.
Yeah, Schmidt, just when you mentioned Schmidt, again, I blame him for the Blackburn goal. That Hayden Carter effort against Pompey Leeward Park.
No, I'm blaming Harvey Blair for the Black.
You're blaming Harvey Blair, but
completely.
Again, Schmidt hasn't necessarily covered himself in glory. That
No,
second goal again, you're going, how has he been beaten by? Like that shot must have been about 30 yards from goal, wasn't
you got to get your angles right and cover the post, surely.
it? Yeah. Anyway, can John Mousinho fix this for Pompey? 8 games left, and if so, how does he fix it?
I ain't got a clue.
Yeah, at least you're
I ain't
honest.
got, I
I
ain't
don't
got
think
a
too
clue.
many people do who fixes it. Well,
It's not just
can he
about John
fix it?
Mousinho. It's about players. I mean, look, I know there's more pressure on John Mousinho now, and his record for Pompey, what he's done for this football club is brilliant. It's been an excellent appointment. And I've said this many times. He's been Pompey's best manager since Harry Redknapp. What he's achieved to take Pompey up with the League One title in his first full season, to then keep them up there last year to 16th place. For me, that I know some people say Alan Ball or whatever, but yeah, I think Alan Ball never kept Pompey when they got promoted, never kept them up. So, but yeah, you can debate that. But yeah, I think there's a lot of credit there for John Mousinho. However, he's made mistakes in recent weeks. He's admitted them as well, and he's still got to get a tune out of this group of players. This group of players who can't create, can't score. They do look tired because there's been a grueling schedule. I'm sure they're mentally frazzled as well. So the international break can help them, and
Yeah,
perhaps they can re-emerge, reinvigorated. And in Marlon Pat, they've got an outstanding captain and leader, a number of outstanding captains and leaders actually in that dressing room to try to rally the players and get them to do something. But the players are part of this problem as well, because some of them have lost all form, which happens, and Pompey haven't got the players to replace them as well, which
yeah,
shouldn't happen. It
yeah,
shouldn't happen. In an elite sporting team, players who are out of form, there should be players be able to come in and replace them. And Pompey haven't had that for a
yeah,
number of players.
yeah. And I suppose then there's an awful lot of concern that E.B. Adams picked up an injury against QPR on Saturday too. We're
Mm.
still not 100% sure what that is or the nature of it, but if he's not available for that game against Norwich or Oxford on Good Friday on Easter Monday, that's a massive blow for Pompey as well, isn't it? If he's out,
Yeah, you could see at the final whistle he was really emotional. His shirt was over his face, and there was Connor Chaplin and Jacob Brown around him comforting him. Actually, you could see a bit of team spirit there, which is good as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
So fair play to the pair of them. They were comforting him properly, speaking to him, arm around him, consoling him. And this is right in front of the fans who were obviously booing and saying a few things to the team. And then he was the last to leave the pitch. You saw Harvey Blair come over to him, put his arm around him as well. And then he walked off, and two QPR players started comforting him. So it was a really strange sight. Apparently, he has a knee injury. He knows his own body. So is he upset because he knows it's a serious injury? I don't know. Is he a bit upset, also influenced by that performance? The dawning on us all that this could be a relegation season.
yeah,
Perhaps that influenced it. We don't know. We won't know until we see John Mousinho next, which will be a little while because of the break.
yeah,
So it's hugely concerning. You don't normally see that from any player after a game unless it's a serious injury.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm certainly not going to say he's out for the season. I haven't got the facts. I don't know, and it's
yeah.
not worth guessing either, is it? So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens to that one.
Yeah. Okay. We'll wrap it up in a second. Before we do, there's no denying Pompey are in a real pickle at the minute. They desperately need things to be turned around. They've got 8 games to do it. The onus is on the players and the manager to turn this around very, very quickly.
Yeah, you're not going to get any players in now. There's no. I saw somebody the other day saying, "Oh, there must be somebody you can bring in on a free transfer." not with 8 games to go. They're not going to be
No.
fit anywhere near it. This is what I said this last week. This is what Pompey have got. These are the players who got available. Although you've got D'Alessandro and Pedro Mendes, Giselle and Anderson on the horizon, because that's what they need to be at this moment in time. Somehow rescuing Pompey. So we'll see, but that's a cavalry. No one else is coming to save Pompey. No one
No.
else. It's this group of players, this group of available players, plus those two coming back from injury. It's down
There's
to them.
something.
It's down to them whether Pompey stay in the Championship.
Yeah, there's some conspiracy theorists thinking that all of a sudden Pompey are going to unveil Josh Murphy again after the international break, but no, he's out for the season as well.
Yeah, well, Josh Murphy said this after when it was announced the game when it was announced that he was out for the season. He came and spoke to us actually. He's really, really top guy, Josh Murphy, and he was speaking to me and Andy Moon actually, just off the record chat, and he was explaining how it happened and what the situation was. And he said at the time, he says, "I might be able to come back in a month's time, but I'll be nowhere near match fit because he's been out for since December, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Been nowhere near it. And Mousinho's ruled it out as well. So there's a lot.
Oh, well, we can all hope, I suppose. Okay, Neil, well, enough said about the QPR game. No doubt the debate will continue long into the week and even ahead of the Norwich game when Pompey are back in action. We'll be back before then as well, so stay in tune. We're on YouTube. You can catch our latest videos on YouTube as well, while both Neil and Jordy obviously have got plenty to say via their premium newsletters, which you can all subscribe to. Neil, thank you again, and thank you all for watching. We'll be back again. Goodbye.